Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a little bit different because I'm not going to use cards today, and it's going to be more of a session that I have promised somebody. When she asked me how to feel, because I know that according to the elements, we are from, we all tend to feel, in a different way. And I find it hard to share all those things because I don't like to talk about feelings, which is absolutely like absurd because I, title myself a Queen of Cups. But that's like maybe some type of dilemmas that we all have to deal with. What I'm trying to say is like for water signs, I believe it just comes naturally. This is what we do, this is what we were meant to be. And the same energy, it shows up like in another form for other elements. But it's like definitely like staying in those energies. Well, I'll tell you where the water energy happens to be. It's a little bit everywhere, but it's definitely around your heart chakra, definitely around your solar plexus chakra, and definitely around your like sacral chakra. That's where it's like I don't know how to explain this, but like flowing. And that's something that I'm saying. I'm just sharing like my opinions. Anyway, I'm not somebody that's like easily influenced, so it doesn't come from anybody else but me. And then yeah, it's like the first thing that people have to do is to stop like trying to suppress the things that these parts and like other parts of the body, or like because you can only feel with yourself, you cannot go outside of yourself to feel things. You're trapped in this like envelope of yours, so whatever happens in this life, in this matrix, in this experience whatsoever, it's within you. So allow yourself to feel instead of like numbing things. I think it's like, if it doesn't come naturally to you, that's the first thing you gotta work on. Like, some people are so used to suppressing their emotions, that they actually feel nothing. I'll come back with like more ideas, but as I'm freestyling, I want to go like towards the second important point to me. So like first allow yourself to just feel, and that's like the basics. And I can tell you for some people that's like a really really hard thing to do. Second point would be that in order to feel, you actually have senses. So this is maybe more back to definitely the 3D experience, but one, it goes with the other. Any experience within this body, it's like an experience that starts with like your body, you know. So if blind people hear very well. In order to like develop one sense, you have to suppress like others. So if you want to hear better, just close your eyes. One thing that I like doing, because I like to dance, which is going to bring me like to another step, when it comes to like feeling your body. I really enjoy like knowing a room, or like finding the center of the room blindly. I used to always do that, like find the center of things, or like a certain point, meaning like walking in like a dark room and finding my way through that. It started with the center, and now, if I see the room like once, I'm so used to it, I can pretty much navigate in it in the dark. For example, it's because I've allowed myself to close my eyes and to dance at times. If you want to listen better, you're gonna have to stop talking, which is why these things here is like me totally being out of my comfort zone, because I happen to be more of somebody who likes to listen. I don't really talk much, and I love being like that, because it heightens, your sense of like, what's going on around you. You can assess everything, you can observe situations, you can like um feel the vibe of a room just by entering through it, because you're aware. You don't talk to say, meaningless things, and like, you know I'm attracted to fire energy because of that, so everybody finds their match, like my fiery, or like, friends, they really enjoy me being more like a zen person, and I also enjoy their fire, but this is more like what I do naturally, so again, it comes naturally to me. If it doesn't, you're going to have to be like on I don't know the right term for that, but like on a silent journey, meaning when it's not like necessary for you to talk, you're going to just have to just turn the volume off, and you gotta do that like gradually if it's hard for you. But if you can make it up to a month without talking, if not necessary, you will definitely feel that something like is happening to you, if you want to hear. And I feel like it's all going towards hearing, but that's not the case, let me, go on, and you'll see. If you want to hear better, you got to use your voice instead of being silent, like people say that a good singer has like the perfect ear, or like a good ear. Well, one goes with the other, you want to hear better, you're going to have to sing or something like that. Singing brings me back to like another thing, just bear with me. Singing is like massaging your inside yet again, those like chakras that I was talking about. That's definitely where that kind of energy is flowing, from your throat and then going down and then back up, not going above your throat, singing or humming, or like while meditating, chanting, my lord, what it does to the body, what it does to your soul actually is just like incredible. If I remember one sense, because I know I'm forgetting some, let's go like for instance, like the skin, or like the tactile. Oh yeah, sorry. Do you understand that like animals, for the main part, never seek salt and stuff like that? For instance, if you want to taste better, you gotta have to stop like adding. I'm not saying seasoning, because people, me, I like to cook, I love to cook, and this here is like just partly for me, but this is exactly what it is. You want to taste better, you're going to have to suppress like anything that's like added on food. And I'll tell you like the two crucial things: salt above all, because some like animals, yet again, when it comes to certain things, they are my, what you call it, like my, they are the thing like I compare myself to, or like my point of like comparison, because I human beings nowadays, I don't trust them much. I trust everybody, but there's like a part in me that's like, oh no, we are so messed up, let me turn to the original way of living. They don't seek salt. Some of them would seek like honey. You can see that sometimes, like little monkey going for honey, or like sugar that they can find in nature, So, but sugar in limited amounts, maybe. But if you can suppress it, you're going to see that everything you taste and stuff like this is going to be like different to you. What else? Yeah, your skin, to me it's like really important, even if your DM is not there. And you cannot see what I'm trying to tell you with like the sacral chakra at all. That's not the type of energy we're talking about. But do you understand, like just putting your own hand on your skin and like appreciating being the giver and the receiver at the same time is like, like, I don't know how to explain this. That's also a way to feel more when it comes to your skin, because you're used to your own touch and your own energy, so you can feel other people's energy. You can hug yourself, you can stroke your skin in this like very loving way towards yourself. It's going to bring you something. It's going to make you also very sensitive to like other people's touch. Another thing, if you want to feel people's energy, which would be like the second part, like a little bit how to tell you how to feel, to tell you how to feel more when it comes to like reading cards. If you want to feel other people's energies, you're going to have to spend time by yourself, which is exactly why this whole twin flame journey is about, people, in case you didn't, put two and two together. That's exactly what it is made for. I wouldn't even be able to explain why. It's like a flower doesn't question why it's a flower just any less, that than like a lion would question why am I a lion. I think we're the only ones who do that, like question the reason why we're here. All I can tell you for you is to be able to feel that energy, that light we call it, that love we call it. What else? It's like, I know I'm skipping things, but let's go on anyways. Takes me back to something that's like so important, is like your breath. I believe it's everything. It's like your breath is everything. If you have nothing, you have your breath, and that's what you got to lose. That's how I see it, people. Breathing the right way. Yoga is great for that, people. It's like you don't understand. Breathing the right way is like feeling the right way. Literally like feeling the things you're feeling the right way. You can transcend like pain and even pleasure, people, if you know how to breathe the right way. Anything is okay if you can control, or if you still have like your breath, people. Believe me, if you guys come to like to meet severe pain in your life, you will understand. As long as you can breathe, you can take the pain, people. I'm telling you. Another thing, dancing and like developing your creating like gifts, which slowly brings us to how to read cards a little bit better. Though by the stuff that I told you everything. That's like really important. Like dancing as to some kind of art or creative energy. Dancing is like, and you don't even have to know how to dance, but just moving your body to nothing else but the rhythm of your own soul. you know it will do something to you. You can play anything you want when people are not watching you, and just let yourself go. And I'll tell you what it does. It's like it's moving that water inside of you, for those who know. That's exactly, why these guys can do flips and stuff like that, is because they don't fight the water. Like tricks. I don't know if that's the right word in English, but like acrobatics and things like this. They put speed onto themselves, and then they let the whole movement happen and just like guide the water within them and just land. That there is like everything. If you allow yourself to dance, you will feel things as well. If you can sing, sing. If you can paint, paint. Whatever you know, if you can cook, cook. Whatever you know, like, to do, and you feel like you have a talent or like a calling for it, just immerse yourself into that. That's like more a way not to feel, but not to feel in like the positive way, because it's like you get feedback. It's like a closed, circuit when you do that. You just transform energy, but it stays within you. You're still growing from that. So that creative energy, if you have one or feel like you have one, just seriously look into it, and make it be like I don't know how to explain, like a force, of yours, which takes me to somebody else. Like, music can also be a force, but it can be a force like both ways, just like food, just like, intimacy, just like anything, basically, you know, because those feelings or like energies matter. Some other people have found a way, to hijack them people. Which is exactly the reason why some people are so like off track, not aligned at all, and you just have to turn on your TV or to take like a step outside to realize that people is like your ability of feeling, is something that these people want, because it determines like everything else about you people. It really does. And I would just tell you something, it's like if you have a real connection, to the universe, is going to try to like swallow you literally like in a vacuum or something like this, which is why you often hear, that God is like a jealous God or whatsoever, that he wants you to himself. It's very true, people. He loves that type of energy. So, by like wanting to be spiritual so much, you end up like slipping, I would say. And then this like whole thing becomes a way of life. So everything you do is about feeling, people. Well, at least that's my case. Everything, every second you spend is like with the divine, basically, in line with the universe, basically. You don't question anything. You just are like in the moment, and you allow yourself to feel whatever is happening and to make sense of it, later, because that's exactly why those things, are happening. And that's like even more the case if you're like on a twin flame journey, people. The curiosity, wanting to know what your other like half is doing, and him like being so sure about the fact that he does not want to communicate with you, is to teach you how to feel. So if you end up listening to me while I'm telling you, I want to say you're listening to the right thing, people. You are. Because it will make it that much easier for you. I understand that like my path was not easy, but I understand that sharing, is like, is something that I'm going to have to start doing. And maybe I'm taking like a shortcut, but I feel like, I can never condense it here, because it's like a whole lifestyle, for me. It's like if you want to feel more, you're going to have to be in the moment, because I'll tell you, when it comes to reading cards, you can give like the same deck of cards to 10 different people, and only one would get the energy right. It's like, just to give you a picture. Reading cards, meaning reading what's on the cards, does not mean that you are in tune with the energy, or like with the power that's with the energy that's trying to give you these type of powers here. You cannot like force it, onto someone. So if you're not psychic, don't be psychic. If you want to feel, you can always feel more and more and more, and you will find to your own like if you want it, the universe is going to grant it to you. So if you keep pushing, eventually you become psychic. It's like that's the way to go. And you're going to have to accept as well that you cannot feel. Thank God. Thank God. We cannot, at least I'm speaking for myself. I cannot read for myself. I could, but I can't. That's how it is. I can send out messages for other people, but I don't know how to do it for myself. So just understand that this is like something to protect you a little bit, because life would taste like nothing, if you could, tell every step like ahead. I don't know how to explain this any better, which is why I don't like to read for myself, which is why I actually can't. When I'm telling you I cannot read for myself, it's the truth. And I don't want to read for myself, and I believe that's the reason why, I've been like granted this gift basically. Again, the deck is not what matters, it's your energy, and I can tell you, you cannot fake that. So to any karmics, in the room, you can try whatever you want. If that's not what you're made of, you can never have it. You can have the money and things like this, but it's just going to be like a curse to you. But if it's not your mission, if it's not your energy, if that's not what you're made of, what's inside of you, your soul, you will never have the true gifts, and I'm pretty sure of that. What else? Yeah, basically, like, the universe is going to put the right cards in your hand, or like make you see the right things, and your code is nobody else's code. It's like a way he communicates with you. You can have it like a different way. For those who know, I like numbers more than pictures, because my mind goes far with pictures. And the thing that I do, I start with numbers and then slowly slide into pictures. That's how it works for me, and it can be the two of us. Your way and my way of feeling and reading the same card may be totally different, unless we are going for the same energy, because we are authentic, to begin with. I'm telling you. So go for your own code. Figure out how the universe is like communicating with you. And how you do that is to go back to the beginning of this video and listen to some of the stuff that I'm trying to tell you. If you allow yourself to feel, you're going to get the messages, because you'd be able to feel that like the energy. And the energy is very subtle, people. When it starts being too strong, you better believe something really bad is coming your way. But like the base energy, or the energy we're trying to tap in when it comes to like this twin flame thing, mostly is like a very like mild energy. You can just feel it, but it's not it's like a thought, or like, yeah, it translates itself in a thought, like a clear thought. As to like when you want to share it, I may have to precise, because when you keep it like to yourself, it's just like what it is, a feeling, and then the feeling is enough, people. And one other thing I'll tell you, do not believe for a second that somebody would come out of the blue to warn you about something and this thing there not being true. It's like nothing happens by chance. The only difference is like, are you able to catch it or not? If you had the message like right in front of you, would you be able to catch it? And then the way that happens within your code, you're going to see, as you're pulling cards, like spirit confirming this thing to you, like you would have divine confirmations. And I can tell you the beautiful part, and it doesn't happen too often, is like when you have a straight connection to spirit, and it's like talking to you through the cards. And the few times that happens, it just comes down to tell you that it is here and that it loves you, and then it leaves, is beautiful, people. I know I've forgotten some things, but I'm going to send it as such. I know I've forgotten things, because again, that's what I do. That's like my philosophy, my religion, like everything that I do, it comes from my heart. And I'm telling you, that's also like a straight connection to divinity. Is either like, I don't know how to explain this, but like this water and fire type of thing. I think the two, they go together, because it's a little bit like you can have the spark, but if you cannot feel anything and you're just breathing but you cannot feel your breath, then you are nothing. You become nothing. So that, people, that would be my session. I hope that it did not like spook out anybody or anything. Just give me feedback. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, and I shall see you soon. I'm going to do a little more of these. I'll listen to it and I'll just pick on the stuff that I've forgotten, and I'll come back for another part. Take care of yourselves, people. And I'm a little bit shy. I'm an introvert. I'm maybe some kind of a weirdo. People, very different. It doesn't mean that I don't feel things. I actually feel too much, but as I'm taking the time to speak about what I don't like doing, my feelings, I just want to say I love you all so, so much. You bring me a lot. It's a pleasure, it's an honor sharing with you, and I wish you the best, and if you feel the same way about me, just send the energy. I'll be the happiest woman on earth, people. I love you guys. Bye bye.